Really, is a trade something you want?
I don't know.
Do you think you'll be traded?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Roy, did you ask for a trade?
No comment.
I am still recovering from the Dallas Cowboys losing in the divisional round last night. And if you guys want to see a video on that, my evil twin brother microphone has you covered. I'll leave a link to that in the end screen. But today we got some news that would without a doubt cheer up any Dallas Cowboys fan, because every Dallas Cowboys fan just happens to be a Laker fan as well. And that's the fact that the Los Angeles Lakers just made a huge trade. Once the speculation about what the future was going to be for the Los Angeles Lakers officially came to an end today, and it ended in glorious fashion. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. And if you want to go the extra mile to support the channel, check out our channel membership program. Now that we get all of that out of the way, cue the intro. You know what absolutely crushes my soul? Whenever I carefully and meticulously make multiple picks, and let's say 3 out of my 4 players hit, and my 4th player unfortunately didn't even play in the second half of the game or left the game early, and as a result, I lose my money.
That wasn't very nice.
Which is why Prize Picks is now protecting all of us from that happening ever again. Introducing Reboot. If you happen to ever pick more on a player's projection, and that player leaves the game in the first half, and he doesn't return in the second half, then Prize Picks will automatically disqualify that player. So let's say I chose 3 players and picked more on all of them, and one of those players has to leave the game, unfortunately due to an injury, and doesn't return in the second half. Then my 3 picks will automatically turn into 2 picks. I play Prize Picks every single day, and I post my picks onto my Instagram story. And right now, Prize Picks is willing to match up to $100 of your deposit when you use my promo code microphone. So use my promo code right now and let's win some money together. And thank you, Prize Picks, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The Los Angeles Lakers have been in a very difficult situation because at least prior to the regular season, everyone thought that the Lakers didn't necessarily have a reason to need to improve immediately. I mean, bear in mind, before the regular season started, we still thought the Golden State Warriors were the real deal. We still thought the Phoenix Suns were going to be difficult to beat. And unfortunately, both of those teams happen to take a step back this year. Now, how it's going to look later on in the season is a different conversation. We have brand new faces in the Western Conference in the form of the Memphis Grizzlies, the Denver Nuggets, the Sacramento Kings, the New Orleans Pelicans. Hell, all the teams that we projected being good this year in the West ended up not necessarily being that great. I mean, the Los Angeles Clippers were supposed to be a team that challenged for Western Conference supremacy, and they're currently in 6th place. Now, granted, spots 3 to 12 are just a few games away from each other, so this could shake out in a myriad of different ways, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is this changes things for the Los Angeles Lakers, because this is no longer a season where you could afford to just sit down, wait for Russell Westbrook's contract to expire, and then try to add players in free agency this summer. Because if you do play this out intelligently, for all you know, the Los Angeles Lakers could come out of the Western Conference as a Western Conference champion. Now, currently, it doesn't necessarily seem likely with the current makeup of this team, but you have to admit, it's not looking as bleak as it did last year. This is a team that clearly has potential. And just like that, pressure was on the Los Angeles Lakers and Rob Pelinka to make a move as soon as they possibly could, because not doing so would be a disservice to LeBron James, and you've been seeing LeBron James's frustration already. Remember this interview a month ago?
I don't want to finish my career, playing at this level from a team aspect. I must still be able to compete for championships because I know what I can still bring to any ball club. With the right pieces.
Now, very shortly after that, LeBron James had some controversial comments via Sam Amick of The Athletic, pretty much saying to the Lakers that I want improvements made to the team now. Problem was that the Los Angeles Lakers couldn't make improvements to their team, at least nothing significant, without potentially giving up their 2027 and 2029 first-round picks, which is very challenging because if you give up those picks and you don't get anything in return for them, the LeBron James era is officially done. You really don't don't have any way, shape, or form to make a trade that could improve this roster. I mean, you could definitely add free agents in free agency, but you are significantly more limited if you do trade your future first round picks and you aren't able to get anything significant in return, which is why what the Los Angeles Lakers ended up doing was incredibly significant and, to be honest, unexpected. Because according to Adrian Wojnarowski, the Los Angeles Lakers and Washington Wizards were in advanced talks on a trade to send Rui Hachimura to the Lakers. Now, the Lakers were in the final stages of completing this deal to acquire Hachimura for a package that included 3 second-round picks, sources told ESPN. Now, at the time, no deal has been finalized, but obviously a deal has been finalized since. The reason I'm bringing all this up is one might wonder why on earth are the Washington Wizards doing this. Rui Hachimura's last game with the Washington Wizards was a 30-point performance. He's the 9th overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft. Why are you just giving him up all willy-nilly? Well, former Laker played a huge role in this because according to Woj, Hachimura and the Wizards were unable to agree on a rookie extension prior to the season, and the trade became more likely as Kyle Kuzma solidified himself as a priority to sign to a long-term deal in the Washington Wizards front court. So it seems like the Washington Wizards were very, very deep at the wing position, and they didn't necessarily know what to do with all of that depth. It seems like they're electing to roll with Kyle Kuzma over Rui Hachimura. If you guys remember, a while ago, Kyle Kuzma was even being cryptic about his future with the Washington Wizards and was kind of flirting with the idea of joining the Lakers once again. As a matter of fact, if you remember, in the earlier part of December, the Los Angeles Lakers even inquired about Kyle Kuzma, per Crispy Haynes. So the Lakers knew that the Washington Wizards were willing to give up one wing. The question just was, which wing were they willing to part with? It seems like they want to move forward with Kyle Kuzma and they're going to extend him, and they probably don't want to pay Rui Hachimura's asking price for whenever he becomes a restricted free agent. With that being said, we have the details of this trade. The Hachimura trade to the Lakers includes 3 second-round picks and guard Kendrick Nunn. It was expected to be completed this afternoon. The Lakers will land Hachimura, which is the 9th overall pick in the 2019 draft. Let's fast forward to when the Lakers finally do complete the trade. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, the finalized deal is Rui Hachimura for Kendrick Nunn, a 2023 second-round pick via the Chicago Bulls, a 2029 Lakers second-round pick, and the less favorable of a 2028 Washington Wizards or Lakers second-round pick, according to ESPN. There is no doubt in my mind. There's nothing you could tell me to convince me otherwise. This trade is a home run. I mean, if there's ever a move that has ever reinstated my belief in the Lakers front office and their ability to make the proper decision, it's this one. There was so much pressure from the fan base, from analysts, from everyone saying that the Lakers should give up their future first round picks. They should be trigger happy and try to come up with a quick fix. Through it all, the Lakers said that they did not want a quick fix in order to fix their team, and they just waited until the right deal came along. Rui Hachimura is 24 years old. He came out of the NBA draft as a player that drew comparisons to Kawhi Leonard. Now, I'm not saying he's the next coming of Kawhi Leonard. I'd like to say that he has the potential to become a Mikal Bridges type of player. I mean, to give you an idea of the type of player the Lakers are getting, during the 2021 to 2022 season, he played 42 games, and in those 42 games, he attempted 3 threes per game, and he was able to convert 45% of his three-pointers. I mean, he has tremendous length, and I feel like this is exactly the type of player that the Lakers need. A guy that boasts tremendous two-way potential and has shown flashes to develop into a remarkable player for them down the line. Now, the interesting thing is, Rui Hachimura could be a core player for the Los Angeles Lakers moving forward, which I'm a huge fan of because, to be honest, I've never been a huge fan of teams moving on from homegrown talent. I was very attached to the D'Angelo Russell core that the Lakers had. I was very attached to the Lonzo Ball core that the Lakers had. And it seems like that's the direction that the NBA is trending, and thank God. I mean, you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, a lot of their best talent is their homegrown talent. I mean, you have Darius Garland, you have Evan Mobley. I don't think Kevin Love is homegrown, and obviously Jarrett Allen was acquired via a trade, but they're invested in their players and they're trying to develop their players, and then they decided to add a huge star alongside those players to really take them to the next level. And it makes me happy to see that the Lakers would be willing to give Rui Hachimura an extension if this does work out. But at the end of the day, there's been enough flashes over the years to at least be fascinated by Rui Hachimura's potential, so I'm excited to see how he performs alongside the Lakers and LeBron James. I give huge props to Rob Pelinka. I give him an A+ for this because not only did he move one of our like 8 billion guards, but he brought in a guy with legitimate size, and we didn't even see it coming. There was like no media leaks about it at all whatsoever. If you remember, during the Anthony Davis trade, we saw a lot of that. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, man. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike. I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.